If you've been feeling stuck or overwhelmed, or even like you're just going through the motions of your life without really participating fully and engaging fully, you're going to want to watch this video. When we activate and awaken our divine feminine energy, it allows us to feel more alive. It allows us to live more fully. It magnetizes us so that we begin to attract and receive those things in our lives that we really, really want. Now, I'm going to share with you 5 practical things that you can start doing yourself today, right now, that will help you to awaken this divine life force energy. I went through a stage where I was really feeling very numb. I was suffering from depression. I was suffering from chronic pain. And I came to a point where I had to acknowledge and admit to myself that I had to face my feelings. I had to deal with all of those things in myself that I was suppressing. And this put me onto beginning to work with my feminine energy. So, of course, I'm not a doctor. I'm not telling you that this is going to cure you if you suffer from depression, but I've really seen the transformation in my own life when I stopped suppressing this vital part of my own life force. So for a very long time, I was stuck in my masculine. I didn't even know that was what was going on with me. It's only as I started working with divine feminine and masculine energy and I started doing the healing that I realized what was going on in my own life. And since then, I've noticed how many of my clients, who are mostly sensitive women, how many of them are also mostly operating in their masculine energy. I think my theory is this: as sensitive people, we tend to get so overwhelmed and overstimulated by everything that's around us that we disconnect from our bodies and we escape into our minds. And that causes us automatically to be more in our masculine energy, because the masculine really resides in the mind and the feminine resides in the body. And when you are spending all of your time up here over-analyzing and over-processing, you're really not connected into the body, into the present moment. So let me know in the comments what you think about this. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? So on to the practices. And the first practice is to introduce a self-care routine into your life. Now, there's been a big explosion of self-care, which is wonderful, but the self-care is only one aspect of what it means to work with your divine feminine energy or to awaken that divine feminine energy. Unfortunately, a lot of the self-care concepts out there really comes from a wounded masculine, where we're getting conditioned to believe we need to change the way that we look in order to be loved or to be accepted or even to attract a partner into our lives. We need to change who we are so that we can become more acceptable. That's really coming from a wounded masculine. The self-care that is honoring our feminine is the self-care that takes care of our insides, the self-care that takes care of our emotions. So it's about really nurturing ourselves and honoring ourselves. It is about, trusting ourselves enough that we set strong boundaries, that we stop being people pleasers, that we say no. We are only able to take care of others if our own cup is filled. Inner child work is such a beautiful and important part of self-care, where we really nurture that little part of ourselves that doesn't feel loved, that might be wounded, that might feel abandoned, that might feel like he or she is not acceptable. So we really need to do both internal and external self-care. And if you find that you are neglecting the internal self-care, anything that really nurtures and honors your soul, if you resist doing that, or if you believe you don't have time in your day for that, that's really an area for you to explore a little bit deeper and to identify, is that really true? Now, the next practice is daily embodiment. And a beautiful, beautiful example of daily embodiment is to dance. When you dance, it really allows you to connect into your body. Now, if you remember, I said earlier that we spend a lot of time in our minds, which is the domain of masculine energy, where we're really focused and we go after our goals and we are looking for achievement, we're looking for success, we have to get things done. And we really want to get into the habit, it's actually also a part of self-care, to get into the habit of getting into your body, connecting into your body. So obvious ways to connect into your body is to use the breath, but dancing is a very pleasurable and fun way. And I know a lot of times people go, oh, I don't want to dance and I don't have time for dancing and dancing is stupid and I feel stupid when I do it. If you feel resistance or if you cringe at the thought of dancing with yourself, that's a sign that you really need to do that. All right. Dancing allows you to really connect into your body, and you don't have to dance in a certain way. Just allow the music to move your body. Allow your body to move itself or herself. Okay. The third practice is to do journaling. Now, journaling is a wonderful way for you to connect in with your feelings. It's also a great way that you can do some inner child work, that you can do some shadow work. And the currency of the divine feminine is our emotions. And journaling is a wonderful, wonderful way to connect with your emotions. Even if you don't know what to say or what to write about, there are so many journaling prompts online. And oftentimes it's you know, what I do when I don't know what to write is I just write about what I feel. And sometimes I just write the same word over and over, and then it turns into something else, and it allows me to really go deeper and speak my truth. Another practice that you can do is writing a letter to someone who has grieved you or who has dishonored you, disrespected you, or hurt your feelings in some way. You can write a letter to them, and afterwards you can burn the letter in a safe place where you're not going to harm yourself or anyone around you. But that's a very good and symbolic way just to get those feelings out. The next practice that I have is to begin to work with your intuition. So intuition is such a foundational aspect of our divine feminine energy, and we dismiss our intuition because the voice of the intuition, it's very, very silent. So we are easy to dismiss that in favor of rational thinking, of our rational thoughts. But you can train yourself to begin to hear and follow up on the clues and the hits that your intuition gives to you. One of the things that you can do is to learn what a full body yes feels like and what a full body no feels like. So for example, you can do this by having people ask you questions to which you definitely know the answer. Like if you know something is definitely no, let people ask you questions about that and see how the no feels in your body. And let them ask you questions about things that you know are definitely yes, and see how that feels in your body. And this way you'll begin to understand the language of your body. Our bodies all have its own language. She has her own way of speaking to you. And it's your job to learn the language that she's speaking. And it's very soft, it's very subtle, so be patient. But once you begin to trust your intuition, you really become sovereign in your own power. It's going to help you with your decisions. It's going to help you with boundary setting. It's going to help you with people pleasing. So many things in your life will begin to change and transform once you learn to tap into your own inner truth. All right, and the last practice that I have for you is to be able to switch between your masculine and your feminine energy. Now, all of these other practices will really fine-tune your experience and your knowing of what it's like to come from your feminine energy. And if you have identified with being in your masculine too much, if you find that you're spending a lot of time in your head, if you find that you're always on the go, that you don't slow down to really focus on what you are feeling, then you also know what that feels like of being in your masculine. It's a good idea to begin to develop that awareness. Am I now being in my masculine? And then what practices can I do that would take me more into my feminine? Some of the things that will take you into your feminine is, as I already explained, dancing will take you into your feminine. Using your breath will take you into your feminine. So anything that really has to do with the body, connecting into the body. Also things like taking a bath will take you into your feminine. Water is very symbolic of our emotions. So taking a bath and allowing yourself to unwind, as it were, will help you to get into your feminine. Lighting a candle, putting on some soothing music. There's so many things that you can experiment with and practice with. And that's really the thing here. There's no hard and fast rule. It's about experimenting with what works for you. When you use these practices, when you start to do them, you're going to notice a difference in the way that you show up in the world. And you're also going to notice a difference in the way that you relate to yourself. So I'd like to know from you now, which of these practices did you like the most? Which one resonated the most with you? And which one are you going to try out for yourself? If you enjoyed this video, then please let me know by giving it a thumbs up. Also, if you haven't yet subscribed, then I'd love for you to join us. Finally, share this video with anyone who you think might find it helpful. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.